Daily reflection. Free at last. May 10th. Another great dividend we may expect from confining our defects to another human being is humility, a word often misunderstood. It amounts to a clear recognition of what and who we really are, followed by a sincere attempt to become what we could be. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 58. I knew deep inside that if I were ever to be joyous, happy, and free, I had to share my past life with some other individual. The joy and relief I experienced after doing so were beyond description. Almost immediately after taking the 5th step, I felt free from the bondage of self and the bondage of alcohol. That freedom remains after 36 years, a day at a time. I find that God could do for me what I could not do for myself. And necessarily I haven't done my 5th step. That's what I hear. I hear that it's not necessarily relieves you from everything, but I think to me, it would help. In a way, I've done my 5th step. I've told my past to other alcoholics and to close friends and that know my past and know how I feel about it. But it does help to release it from yourself. Release it from deep down inside you and get it off your chest in a sense. Because sometimes we sit in our self-pity and in our horror, our mistakes, our defects, and we can't get out of it. And we don't understand why we feel a certain way. And a lot of times it's because we're still holding on to the past. We're still holding on to secrets that may hurt people. But that's why you get a sponsor and you work the 12 steps, because he's not supposed to judge you. He's not supposed to use these things against you. He's just supposed to read it with you, burn it, move on. Does it work? I would assume so, because a lot of people say it does. I'm only taking people's words, and when I release stuff off my chest and tell another human being, and you can do it multiple ways. You can go to church, release to a priest, talk to friends, do it that way. You can do whatever you want. But the AA way is getting a sponsor, doing the steps, and this would be considered step 5. But it does help. My step 4 was amazing. I wish I would have got to step 5 to release it all, but I feel like I've already have. But I definitely need to get back into it and do everything all over again, just so I can get a refresher and understand the true meaning of free at last. I don't know exactly what that means in a sense, but I know it's probably better than what I'm feeling now. And whatever I could do to feel better, I want to do, because why not? Sometimes you get in your head. I had a conversation with a buddy today. He's wants to move out of sober living. He wants to move on with life. He wants to become, I guess on his own 2 feet. But he fears a relapse because he tells himself he is. Same with me. I fear that shit, but I don't say I'm going to go drink. I don't say I'm going to go smoke. I have temptations, don't get me wrong, but it's about fighting them temptations. Like I've been fighting every day, every hour sometimes, okay, do I need to be at this bar? Do I need to be at this party? Do I need to be around the surroundings? No, I don't, but why? But I'm still there. Doesn't mean I'm going to go drink right then and there. No, I can fight the temptations. I can get out of the situation I'm in. And I think that's the freedom. That's the free stuff I think they're talking about, is this. You're free of that addiction of wanting to drink 24/7. Giving yourself an excuse to drink. Having a reason to drink. Having a reason to use. Shit, it's Friday. Why can't I use today? No. Why do you need to use? You used every day. What's so special about a Friday? What makes a difference? What's harder than to use is not using. It's so much harder not to use. And until that comes the norm of I don't have to fight myself anymore to not use, I think that's the free at last part. And I want to get there. I want to get to that point where I don't have to worry about using. I don't have to worry about going to certain places. That is my goal. I use so much. There's no point to keep using. What am I going to do? Do the same shit I did last time? Go back to the same hole? Go back to the same bullshit? Why? If you have 24 hours of sobriety right now, good for you. Now let's go get another 24. Let's do it together. Let's put on those big boy boots, put on those big boy pants, and let's fucking put on a shirt, fuck. And hit the road, fuck it. We can do this shit together. Hit an AA meeting. Call another alcoholic or an addict. Talk to them. I'm one that's sober, not the one that's using too. And even then, if you got a few months on you and you're thinking too much, call fucking someone that relapses. Call somebody and talk about how you're feeling. Get that shit off your chest. Love you guys. Let's get to that free at last. Appreciate you guys. Let's end with the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Wisdom. No. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Courage to change the things I can. And the wisdom to know the difference. Deuces. See you guys tomorrow.